Yes, welcome to another video. I'm Lewis, above me is Jordan. This is the preview for the Fulham game. Now, a lot of interesting talking points for this. I've got some stats, so make sure you stay around to the end of the video so you don't miss those. Before we get into it, guys, I want to let you know this video is sponsored by the guys at Manscaped. Now, Manscaped have now launched in the UK and the EU. And, you know, we've been gone years, right, not using the right tools. So Manscaped's come around to provide those tools, yeah? And if you get 20% off at manscaped.com if you use code EXTRA, and you also get free shipping. That is 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Use code EXTRA so you don't, you know, take a nasty dig below the waist. You know what I mean? Manscaped are here to help, Bray.
I'm with you, bro, innit? You need the tools. You need to use the right tools, innit? Like Lewis always says, no scissors, innit?
Don't use them scissors.
No scissors.
Yeah.
Buzz, no snip.
On a real though, it is sick. I actually use it, innit? I'm not afraid to.
Same, no.
To say it.
There don't need to be ashamed, bro.
But we need to get rid of this stigma.
Yeah, we need to stand up, innit? Stand up for the Manscaped man them.
Yeah, manscaped.com, guys. Use code EXTRA for 20% off and free shipping. Let's set a like target. Let's go for 1,000, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Now, get into it. I want to talk about Sergio Aguero. You know, he's been talking. It seems to me like he's got this real. Obviously, I always knew he had this connection to City. You know, how could he possibly not, given what's happened? But you know, the comments coming out, if you go to City Extra on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, wherever you follow him, you know, the comments that are coming out from Sergio Aguero are really positive. He really wants to stay at the football club, and obviously, I want him to stay, but he's got to be given the opportunity. Now, here's the question. A lot of people have been saying, should he start against Fulham, or should he not? Now, obviously, the pros are we get to see him against a team which isn't very good. However, you know, stick around because I've got some information on that. He might get goals. You know, it's against, like I say, it's against a relatively low team in the league. This might be a good game for him. However, it's still a Premier League game. We still don't know in terms of his fitness, where he's at, because he's not played enough. So there is some pros there, and obviously the cons is that we simply don't know his current level because he's not played enough football. So yeah. What's your take on Aguero, bro? You think he should start? And yeah, what are you thinking?
I like the positivity that's coming out. I like how he's very much willing to wait till the end of the season. I think he probably expected City to maybe talk to him before then, but then now it's all come out. He's realised the situation, and it is good news in the sense that I want Aguero to stay, like every fan does in sentiment. I want him to stay. However, we can't rely on sentiment for everything. So we do need to see him get the chances. Yeah. He needs to be proven. It wouldn't surprise me if Pep threw him in the starting lineup. Do you know what I mean? He threw him in the starting lineup the other week where we didn't expect it. But my head is telling me at the moment this is a must win. This is a must win. We're on this. Basically, it's 5 games, so we need to win these 5 games and then get the Premier League boxed off. Mm-hmm. I'd like to take this very seriously because out of all the fixtures that you're looking at, Fulham's probably one of them where you're going to say, this is where we should be winning this game. So maybe stick with consistency and go with the false 9 again with Kev up top.
We did look very strong, didn't we, with that?
Yeah, the only place we looked a bit weak was the back line was a little bit shaky, but I mean, obviously there would have been nerves in that after the derby. Yeah. But I'm in the sense that, as much as I hate to say it, I don't think we start Aguero in this game. I think we stick with the false 9, but I'd like to see Aguero come on and get a decent amount of minutes.
Half an hour, yeah.
Half an hour, and then we can look at maybe starting him in another game where it doesn't
For me, Mönchengladbach, bro. Mönchengladbach, what, we're 2-0 up in 2 away goals. Something's got to go drastically wrong for us to get knocked out against Mönchengladbach. I'd be starting him there. That's my thing. But let us know in the comment section below. Do you think that we should give him a go here? I thought we looked very strong with the team that we played in the last match, and that's how I'd go again. Now, you touched it on there, bro. The five games. This is, you know, we need to win 5 games for City to win the league, etc. You know, people have been talking. You know, Fulham has to be one of them games. I'm looking at the fixtures now. Premier League, so you got Fulham, Leicester, Leeds, Villa, Palace, Chelsea, Newcastle, Brighton and Everton. So obviously Fulham is going to be one of the ones that you're going to look for. Palace, Newcastle, Brighton. And obviously you still have Villa, Leeds, Everton in there. You know, there's obviously some tricky games, but there are plenty of games here that we can win. But for me, Fulham has to be one of them games. And obviously, we got beat off United. We got a good win against Southampton. I really enjoyed that game. And obviously, if we can get the win against Fulham, it puts us back on track. But bro, I've got some stats for you about Fulham because I don't want people to think. I mentioned it, you know, relatively easy. They're in the bottom 3, etc., etc.
I think that's a smoke screen.
But I've got some information. I've been doing some digging on Fulham, right? And I'm going to go back to November, right? I'm going to read out the games that I'd consider tough. Now, they don't necessarily win them all, but look how close they are. November, Everton, Fulham lost 3-2. Leicester won 2-1. City lost 2-0. Liverpool drew 1-1. Tottenham drew 1-1. Chelsea lost 1-0, but they did have a man sent off. United lost 2-1. Where are we at? Leicester lost 2-0. Everton won 2-0. Tottenham lost 1-0. Liverpool won 1-0. They're winning some games, they're drawing some games, but the games that they're losing, they're not getting absolutely battered.
No,
they're losing it by a goal, maybe two at absolute most. Tosin is obviously clearly doing a good job. So for me, don't expect us to absolutely, 4-0, 5-0 This is going to be a tricky game. We only beat them 2-0 in the home leg. They're obviously not conceding a lot of goals. Also, they've only lost 3 more games than Liverpool all season. 3 more than Liverpool. You called it before we started recording. They're just drawing. They're drawing a lot of matches.
They're drawing too many games. They've got the joint most draws in the league. So
yeah,
that's where their issue is, and that's why they're in the bottom 3 at the moment. But like you say, this is going to be a difficult game. They're not conceding goals. They're not getting slammed by teams. So and they are picking up some results. So like I say, it's not going to be a walk. And for me, it's going to be a massive case of us breaking them down, which is disgusting because, you know what I mean, we always want to see teams come out, play football. Always a bit easier for City when that happens as well. But it's going to be disgusting. So we need all our creativity. We need to be strong. And, you know what I mean, we can't really take our eye off the ball. We need to take this really seriously. Because when you look at, like I was looking at the fixtures then, bro, I was listening to the fixtures that you were just saying out, and I'm just saying Fulham is like, you're looking at it saying, yeah, this player, out of all of them, this is probably the one that you're going to look at and say, that's probably the one that we should win. Do you know what I mean? That's more likely in do you know what I mean, going off the table, and that you think, yeah, we'll win that one. However, if we don't win this game, massive pressure on some big games.
Absolutely.
So, you know what I mean? Take it serious. For me, it's a must win this one.
Yeah, I know, definitely. It's going to be a good bit. We've won the last 10 matches against Fulham now. Just in case we scared you a little bit too much. Yeah. We have won our last 10 matches. Right, okay, let's move on to our predicted 11. This is a team that me and Jordan would go for if we was Pep Guardiola, but obviously we're not, so it's probably going to be completely different. Defense, we're going to go obviously Edison, Cancelo. We're going to put Cancelo in there because they're not leaking that many goals. We feel that we might need to have a little bit of extra spark in trying to, try and break them down. Cancelo obviously didn't have a good game against United. We need to get him back in the team at some point. I think this is going to be a good one. Also, if you're looking at Mönchengladbach, we just need to not concede, and I think Kyle Walker is going to be the better choice for the Mönchengladbach game there. So Cancelo, Stones, Diaz, and Zinchenko complete the defence.
Then we've gone for Rodri, set defensive mid. We're looking at Fernandinho playing in that Mönchengladbach game, but obviously Rodri's been very pivotal for us recently. He's doing really well for City, and I like to see it. You know what I mean? We've had a massive switch up on Rodri. And then we've gone for Gundo and Bernardo. Obviously, that's a lot of creativity in that midfield. Pretty much the same with midfield other than Fernandinho, isn't it? But it's good. Consistency, that's a lot of energy there with Bernardo in there. He adds so much to this team. No,
absolutely. Mahrez, how can he not be in the team at the moment? Phil Foden, again, he has to be in the team, and we've got Kevin De Bruyne as that striker / false 9. I thought that worked really, really well, and I keep him in that position until he gets bang at it. You know what I mean? And when he's bang at it, you might want to drop him back a little bit. He can influence the game a little bit more, but when he's still a little bit rusty, still finding his feet, put him as a striker. You know what I mean? He can still create. He scores goals. Absolutely, that's the place to put him.
As well, with him as the striker, there's a lot more fluidity with the team. You do see him drop back, and then maybe like Gundogan will push forward into the false 9 role, or sometimes even Mahrez will push inside into the false 9 role, then Bernardo will go out to the right. It's very fluid, so I imagine as a defending team, that's very hard to keep track of. Yeah, no, defo. Let us know what you think of that team, guys. Would you stick with that sort of attacking personnel, or would you go with something else? Obviously, one eye on the Mönchengladbach game, which is pretty much a dead tie unless we balls it up. Let us know in the comments let us know what you think. Remember, guys, this video is sponsored by Manscaped. Go check it out, manscaped.com. Use code EXTRA for 20% off and free shipping. Don't be using scissors or knives or tweezers. Use the right tools, innit? Use the right tools. Manscaped.com. All seriousness. Code EXTRA for 20% off and free shipping. Make sure you like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And hopefully we'll see you in the live watch along. See you later.